Right, hello everybody and welcome to DevCast Ops. Today we're going to be a slightly different format to the other 2 weeks we've had. So I still have Wally and James with me, but we're going to be doing more of a demo walkthrough today instead of just sitting and talking, as we're going to try and spin up Vault in a Kubernetes cluster. Wally and James,
Yay, Kubernetes! Hello.
Whoop, whoop.
It's been a while since I've been messing with this, and this is a fairly new laptop, so I don't know what is and isn't installed. So I guess we should probably start by seeing if I actually have Kubernetes installed on this.
What, are you just using the Docker Kubernetes thing, or are you using
I was just going to do it
third-party
locally
one?
in Docker Kubernetes, as this is not for work. I am free to mess around with Docker as much as I like without getting any angry sort of
Is
sponsorship thing.
is the Docker one better than stuff like Minikube, or does it not matter?
It's easier. So you
Okay.
so in settings to get Kubernetes, if you have Docker desktop, I think all it is you just go down to Kubernetes and you click enable Kubernetes, and then you should have a Kubernetes cluster. So let's see, I'll probably make this a little bigger, because otherwise you probably can't see it. We just do, I might even set off aliases on here. Yeah, so we can see that, oh, I set this up. I didn't even realize I had that laptop this long, so I must set this up at the very beginning. And it's still up and running, so I wonder if there's anything even running in it.
That's a long node.
Well, it'll just be this host, so whenever I spin it up or spin it down, it will be, so that it might be worth resetting the cluster to get the latest version. Yeah. So that'll take a little bit of time to spin up. Do you guys have any preference on how to deploy to Kubernetes? I'd probably be lazy and do it through Helm, but how
Think-
does
Fine. Oh, it's good.
You think that's the recommended way?
have a look and see?
I think their doc suggests you using the Helm chart they built.
Are we setting up with the enterprise one or just the normal vault?
I don't have an enterprise license, so just a normal Vault, and I don't think we're going to go far enough in to really make a difference with enterprise settings to start off with,
Alright,
because
fair enough.
you can always just load a license into an open source one later. So let's check, has it successfully recreated that cluster? Let's see, much younger, but still the same version. I would have thought there would have been an upgrade, but never mind. Okay, so should we just follow this and see if there's any issues? I can't even remember. Let's give it a go, see what happens.
It's a tutorial, it should be fine. Maybe this will be a very short stream. Oh, it just worked.
I remember the last time I was trying to do this, or the last time I was messing with this sort of stuff, was when, oh, perfect.
Didn't you just create an empty namespace?
Yeah, there should be nothing in there, so that makes sense. Last time I was messing with this, it didn't expose correctly. This often takes a while. Now that the last time I did this, I did it on very slow internet, and it took
Wasn't-
considerably longer.
Didn't that last command just add a line into a database? I suppose if you've got app
It
repos and app versions and stuff, maybe there's a bit
Often
more.
pulls the repo when you add it to Helm. So if you haven't done this, sometimes you get quite a long list of stuff being pulled here. And we can see this is the Helm chart. I wonder what version's in the Helm chart.
Hopefully latest. What's the app? Did it give an app version?
It will spit
Yeah,
it out.
113.1.
You're already.
That's the one that has the enterprise vulnerability, isn't it?
Well, fortunately, we're not running enterprise. There's a few with. I guess they might be in earlier. I don't know.
Yeah, 113.0, 113.1 has a HSM vulnerability.
That's probably not going to be an issue for us.
No, not unless we have some crazy amount of money and decide to set it up with HSM in the cloud.
I wonder what you need for HSM, because like, can you just do it with an old laptop, convert it to a HSM, change some chips, or I guess you probably need some encryption chips. It's on there. Okay, so this looks like it's just going to create a load of stuff. And it's interesting because I don't know how much you guys know about Kubernetes, but it'll be a stateful set, so it's going to try and keep the data between the nodes.
If you're curious, for £44, you can turn a Raspberry Pi into an HSM.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Is that an add-on card? 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't know how much Raspberry Pis cost these days, but it's like 15 quid for a Pi or something like that, or am I way out of date?
Well, some of them are like a £5. I don't know if it works for Zero.
So you can get you can get one which is built into a keyboard, which is like 100 quid. But it has like the programmable pins on the background. Just no idea, is it sort of meant to be a computer that you can run?
Yeah, Raspberry Pi personal computer. So the Pico series, which are their IoT based ones, are from $4. The actual Raspberry Pi is tell me, from $35. God, they got expensive, but
so surely are they not based in? Can you not find the price based in pounds? I guess because I'm pretty sure they're a British company that spun them out.
Oh yeah, for whatever reason, it's all everything is in dollars.
Yeah.
Even Amazon is showing showing dollars.
Have you just got your VPN left on from the US?
I hope not. Oh, I can buy them from Element 14. Why does the thing come in Singapore? What? Sorry, I probably shouldn't be doing this while we're streaming.
It's fine. It's interesting. You can see that there's been more demand for Kubernetes as time's gone on, because the versions are getting a little bit denser. Well, there's quite a few 1.8s, but not many.
Yeah. They're doing all the subversions. Maybe if it's something that the Kubernetes Helm chart hasn't bugged with.
What's the bit? Because I think they're on 1.14 now.
I don't know.
Where's 13?
But all 113.2 has is the HSM bug fix. Or if all that has in it, there's no reason to release a new Helm chart that doesn't support HSM if all the fixes is an HSM fix.
I somehow don't think that we actually want to install version 0.5.
What do you mean? You should be following it exactly, surely.
That's this one. It
The second one.
Version. Still configured Vault on Kubernetes. I guess this is how we slowly break things by changing. So Helm override the default settings. Do you want to start off with replica sets?
Does it
No.
come with replica sets?
You can set HA enabled to true replica sets. The default one I think doesn't have it. I guess.
Might as well set it to no, just to see if we can have it spin up, and then after then see if we can spin one up with replica sets.
Should we have a look at what their configuration page actually has? So we have enable image pool. External vault address. Maybe have a mess around with that in a bit.
We can just kind of play and see what happens.
Yeah, I guess we'll start off with the very basic one. Yeah, we do want it to be a namespace vault though, because otherwise, I can't remember my Kubernetes. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna look that up. There's a way to set Kubernetes namespace to the environment. Of course.
Is it kube namespace as an environment variable? I assume is it the set namespace? Oh, that's the.
Oh, is it cube?
It's a cube. That makes sense.
Slightly different. Cool.
Well, it's all about the kube config file, isn't it? So it'll just be messing with all that.
Yeah.
It's just fault, wasn't it?
Yeah, just double checking for my own sanity because Kubernetes is a good way to go ever so slightly mad because anything's slightly wrong. Cool. Right, and then we want to install. I wonder if Helm's smart enough. Oh, I guess we'll find out in a second.
What was the namespace? Surprisingly, that doesn't tell you what version of what version it pulled in.
Well, we'll have to go into the logs to pull out the contain to get the passwords and stuff. Because we have.
I'm just
Yeah.
doesn't just surprised it in that it doesn't say.
Yeah. I guess you can pretend. I wonder if you could override the app version at runtime somewhere. Might be worth looking into. But because we have the two pods, we have the agent injector and our Vault node, which is running but not ready apparently. I wonder if it's sealed.
I mean, it should be sealed, shouldn't it? Or do you think it's had to auto unseal?
I didn't specify deb, so it's probably sealed, but we can start the debugging. Logs. Seal barrier.
Yeah, it's not initialized, so you should just be able to CD to it.
Yep.
You should just be able to initialize it. Is it not exposed? Because you not just run the normal commands?
I don't think so. It doesn't set, so it doesn't bind to local. So you can see here we don't have an external IP for any of our services. So we just have an internal Kubernetes cluster IP.
So even if it was up, you couldn't do anything with it.
You could set up another Kubernetes application to talk to it, but that would be about it. But we can go to it directly. Do you reckon they'll have bash?
Doesn't seem to like your flag.
It wants a space. I wonder if it does have bash.
Maybe.
No is the answer. I guess we can go have a look.
Yeah, that's Ash.
Yeah, no bash. Oh, I wonder if it's built off Alpine, because it's. Yeah, I think this is an Alpine image.
It's a BusyBox image.
Well, on Alpine just aliases to BusyBox, or like that's their default. So I normally see BusyBox they're associated with Alpine. Is there a BusyBox image that's just BusyBox?
I don't know.
Anyway. So we can get it up and running. If we were doing this more securely, you can pass it PGP keys here, which is a nice way to do it. Yeah, and then these get fired off to the person that has the private key of the PGP key, instead of them just being in plain text here. If you want to do this in a more secure way, but
that's something I wanted to mess with at some point. The way they do PGP keys via username.
Yes, I can't. Did it in the exam the other day. There's two ways to bind PGP keys. I think you can do it through. You can do like a username bind, or you can just pass it the raw public key.
Keybase. That's the piece of software.
Yeah.
I was thinking at some point we should set up and mess with Keybase, which may be pretty good for here if we want to do something that's connected to the internet, so we can hide the unsealed keys from the internet.
Yeah, because this is all local, so it doesn't really matter if people steal these keys. And also, I will probably kill this cluster once we're done with the stream.
Yeah.
So and then I can't remember if it still warns you it warns you now in the UI if you log in with a root token.
Well, it says the root token, if you ever reload the page, it won't keep the root token.
That's a wise move. Yeah, so I guess I don't think there was anything initialized.
I assume cubbyhole.
Yeah, cubbyhole, citizen identity, and then auth will just be token. I don't know if I can type.
That wasn't too hard to get set up.
No, but I'd like to be able to interact with it from outside the cluster is the bit that's trickier. So maybe if we go back to here, there'll be something. So external cluster address.
Well, don't you need to do the bind between Kubernetes and... Don't you need to give it a Kubernetes external address? Or do you think that's there's a Vault config that will do that for you?
So this is the Helm chart variables. So I'm thinking there's probably a way to do it through the Helm chart instead of manually doing it afterwards. Where we have this, which is external Vault server address for the injector to use. Settings will be disabled. Deployment for Vault server. The service account. But that looks more like it's an injector. Server. This injector deprecated. Okay. Let's have a look for address. TLS disable. First one, cluster IP. That's not what we want. Publish not ready address. That's setting up a listener inside the address. API address. Revolt cluster to cluster if set to empty the IP address. The pod IP address is used. I think that's internal. That's more config. Ready. Load balance IP.
Need a load balancer?
So I think the load balancers are what Kubernetes call ingress. External traffic policy. I think this is what we want. So external traffic policy string cluster. The external traffic can be set to either cluster or local and is only valid for load balancer and node port services.
But if by default it's cluster, we can change it to local and see what happens.
Yeah. So where is this? Is this nested in anything?
Annotation maybe?
So external traffic policy is nested in service.
Well, this is so hard to see, like, the nesting.
Yeah. I wonder if there's anything on here. Think about a Helm chart. Of an override YAML, we have file created YAML. Tell the vault how to operate. We've made changes to the global injector service UI standard. Let's discuss the contents of these changes. So can I just?
Yeah. There we go. If you go to their GitHub, they have the values .yaml file.
GitHub. Is it just
If I send it to you in Discord, that may.
Yeah.
So that should be the YAML file that has all the settings in it. So you should just be able to edit the one you need and push that in, and it should work because this should be the default values. If I remember my vault knowledge. Sorry, if I remember my Kubernetes knowledge.
Do you know where the Helm charts are downloaded to by default, or do I have to download this and then run it again?
I think you can. I don't know. I don't know if you can run. I don't know if you can run the same command you did before and just pass in this file.
I wonder if we. Right, well, where was it? Because if we could potentially just do, what was it, service? Because in the commands they have hierarchy version, and yeah, we could do, if we do set
Oh, there's also an ingress block where you can just change enable to true.
so So what, you reckon it's ingress?
Sorry, there is an ingress block that is enabled as false.
Values for the configuration ingress. Deploying on OpenShift ingress. Use root. k8s enabled ingress is active. Okay, so I guess ingress and try ingress true.
Or ingress enabled true.
Yeah, ingress dot enabled true dash set.
And that's the base, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get my quotes. Good.
And then the external traffic policy is under service, if that's something that also needs change. But I don't know.
We'll try that. Can't use this. Does anyone know offhand how to get rid of a service?
We'll have to restart it. How to uninstall
unhelm.
Helm.
Is there a Helm uninstall?
You not just update it, or do you not think that will? It's Helm delete is the. Oh, sorry, it's Helm uninstall.
We could try upgrade, I guess. Seems like it would be the right string. Upgrade and release.
I think that's, if we can do it in a way that doesn't delete anything, that would probably be better. Or there's uninstall.
Yeah, just looking for one, which is update plugin, install list or uninstall plugins. A lot of these are to get more repos. I have a feeling that upgrade is pull a new Helm chart, but we'll give it a go.
Maybe able to add values while we're doing that.
I think when I say pull a new Helm chart, I think it would just reach out to the GitHub and then pull the latest version.
Yeah, but I feel there must be a way of.
Oh no, I think that looks like it's something. Revision 2 deployed. They are still running, but see. Still no external IP though.
It created an ingress. Can you list ingresses?
No resources found in vault namespaces. I'll just double check that's the correct syntax. I think it is. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's pulled something up. Let's give me that back. Was it manifest? Just had to type better, and these things would be a lot easier. Let's.
Oh, that shows you everything that's created.
nothing for ingress. Let's see what comes up. Imagine that. So 2Ds now? ADD, oh yes. Cluster address. So we have
We maybe try kill it and restart it.
yeah.
The last time I was messing with Kubernetes, I used Lens as a tool to see what's actually going on.
Oh yeah, of course that will fail the upgrade now.
It's a very nice GUI way of seeing what's going
There's
on.
A bit of, I don't know if this GUI will actually give me any more information, because we can see a little bit in, if I get out of settings. Okay. So we can see all of the...
You can just see the pods. Like this Lens shows you, it'll show you all the load balance, all the ingress, egress, how everything's connected, all that sort of stuff. Which is very nice, but maybe you don't have to install it, mess with it now.
Oh, my typing's just getting worse. Okay. Still no. So.
I mean, you could try the external traffic policy.
Yeah.
You may need both of them set in a weird way.
What was it? So this is service dot traffic policy, and then we want this to be local or
Local, yeah.
local as well for load balancing. Did I copy that? I've been using this keyboard for Windows, and it's my muscle memory is now set to Windows rather than to Mac.
That's why you should have different keyboards for everything.
I just don't want the clutter more than anything else.
Oh yeah, no, I use the same keyboard for everything. But my keyboard is a Windows Japanese keyboard, so it's rubbish for everything.
Cannot reuse a...
You didn't uninstall
I
it?
really should pay attention to what I'm typing. Because the upgrade I think worked. So
Yeah.
Has anything changed? Still no. No names for this. I wonder if it's dumped it into the default.
I wonder if you need a... Would there be something maybe the Kubernetes side that needs to be configured?
Shouldn't be, because the Helm chart would spit it out. I can expose a service. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I don't really have anything else on hand on this laptop that has something exposed. External voltage ref.
Good old Kubernetes.
Cluster IP. So with the cluster IP, is it done? When to say because it's a headless service, that's not what we want. So traffic policy that we've just set to local and is only valid for load balance support. Load balancer source ranges. Service type load balance.
So this is maybe enable the UI.
I wouldn't have thought.
Well, because the under the UI there's a service type, and you can set load balancer.
That'd be bizarre if that was it. So
Its service type is the
instance selector. Similar traffic policy can be set. I wonder if there's anything in here about IPs. Network policy. Standby. We don't want cluster IP controls, and the IP is attached to Vault by Kubernetes. The Vault service will be given a cluster IP. By default, the Vault service will be given a cluster IP to set to none when disabled. Headless service. Can use communicate with direct positive DNS instead of round load balancer. I don't think that's what we want. HO enabled. Again, config address. Service type cluster IP. Was this the bit you were talking about, the Vault UI? Because we have enabled false.
Yeah.
Service type cluster IP.
and you can change the outsourcing to save that service type to load balancer. But maybe change. I mean,
Could do. Because if
you said the UI is true, then at least we can log into the UI.
getting very close to the point where we should be just modifying the file, but
That's not the point.
I wonder if I can split it midline. No ingress. We have the UI up now, but again, it's still internal by the looks of things.
Maybe we do need to set up a.
What's the final IP in here? Service account. That's for Jack.
So I have looked at someone else doing this online, and it looks like they've changed ingress to enabled and host to host localhost.
Ingress to enabled, so we don't need any of this.
And then ingress hosts to localhost.
Ingress.host.
Ingress.hosts.host to localhost.
Does it need a port?
No. And that's all this person did, and then it worked. Granted, hosts is a list, but I assume that's fine.
Did they? I guess check the ingress. Is it? No
Do it.
ingress is found. Did they just pull up an ingress afterwards?
No.
They could just log in.
Yes, it set up egress for them. Ingress for them. There's ingress enabled true, and then
Egress, yeah, so it doesn't have a egress.
but they edited the file and passed that in over.
Yeah, okay. Let me clone this then.
I mean, you just need the one file. You don't need all of it. You just run your home command, then -F, and say where the file is.
Let's clone it, and then maybe another time I'll have a mess around. I don't think I've actually I'm not really sure how much I've cloned on here before I know. Clone. And then code. Vars, was that?
Yeah, values.yaml.
I guess we can just open the whole repo, doesn't it? Of course it opens on the other window. Let me just drag that across. Let's make it a bit bigger. And then
It says all you need to change is ingress enabled true. And then this person has host, which is where the try example.yaml.local is. Line 432 or something? 428.
oh yeah, hosts.
You just change that to localhost. Granted, he just curled it. He just echoed it out into a file. But oh wait, is a server ingress? Are we actually in the wrong? We may have been not passing in the correct thing. This says servers above ingress, so maybe that's the issue we're having.
Ingress. Yeah, that
Server.
probably is. So I like how Helm just goes, yeah, sure, whatever.
We'll set this value for you. No one cares about this value, but we'll set this value for you.
Well, that's more promising.
And now it fails. Its host is in the way.
Whoa, what? So host.
So it's hosts and then away.
What, and then host and then.
No, it's. I mean, this file's probably easier. So hosts has a list of dictionaries that are host, localhost, and then path.
Okay. So,
Which I suppose you can kind of see in that thing. Oh, then it needs after after the 127.0.1 needs space paths square. Colon open close square.
I have a feeling that we're trying to, because it's such a finicky thing.
It would probably be a colon instead of an equals.
Yeah.
Or you can use the file that you have open right in front of you. And I think you've already made the changes to.
Yeah.
Oh no, you haven't changed that host. Oh no, that's the root.
Root. Where is it? Host localhost, and then
Yeah,
enable
so you've already made the change.
so helm upgrade.
The same command, but then -F and then the file.
F, and then
I think you still need to say the service.
probably upgrade vault. -F, and then oh, not in that. Oh, I could have done it in JSON.
The JSON is the
Helm
schema.
upgrades requires vault chart flags.
You're missing Hashicorp.
Is it Hashicorp? Yeah.
Never know with them. Is it Hashi? Is it Hashicorp?
Just try on. Okay, so now I guess see if vault status works. Bodes well.
But you're still looking at HTTPS, aren't you?
I think it's HTTPS by default.
But in which case it would not validate.
Then you'd normally get
Unsecure, yeah.
Yeah, insecure or not. Fit connection refused. Okay, get. Port 80 is probably why. Why is it mapped to port 80?
It's being helpful.
I wonder if that'll work.
We think we'll go by default be 80.
Yeah, it was worth a try.
The amount of times I missed the HTTPS.
Doesn't know which protocol to use otherwise.
Don't you want 80?
Oh yeah, I do want 80. That's a very good point. Just so used to it being run on the default port. Fuse connection. Same issue. But it looks like it bound it to...
Can you go to the UI? I assume
think
not.
Enable.
Oh yeah, you didn't enable the UI, did you?
connect to the server.
Which is fine. If UI isn't enabled, then that makes sense. Why is it port 80 though?
I guess that's the default for the ingress. I wonder if it's making it to here. Vault server configuration. Hashicorp.
Could this be where the external traffic policy?
Yeah, we could go. What was? Is it local?
Yeah.
I wish it'd give you a little like, this is the resources we've changed here as part of this.
There must be a way of doing that.
Do we have an ingress? I wonder if the ingress is probably not mapped. So when I do this previously, I'd normally, or when I mess around with the Kubernetes routes, you'd normally just map it to an external IP.
Yeah.
Rather than having this. Labels, namespace.
So this person's done HTTP. Is there any chance you could try that?
Swap out to HTTP. Yeah, can do.
Just in your commands you're running.
Oh, run it in command. Yeah.
Just try the vault address as HTTP. Name issues. Yeah, we do have the config in the thing. Yeah, it doesn't know the config sets up TLS, so it will be TLS disabled 1, so it is HTTP.
Is it disabled?
Just
TLS. Ah, yes, config TLS disabled. I wonder if was it the server block that it was in? So server, if true or global layout, the vault server installed. Enterprise license. Don't care. Image. Oh, we could upgrade the image. Put if not present. Update chassis, log level, log format, resources, English true annotations. Active service true. Was this what we were messing with?
that was the host thing.
Yeah, host. if that will put it in.
I wonder if it's so weird that it's binding on port 80.
Is there any more in the details about here? Or is it hosts?
I can't see anything about like port. I mean, there's a service node port. But that's UI. Which is not what we're messing with.
Name of the host used for ingress. Path. This should be used.
It's appreciated.
This path will be directed to the Vault service. At least one path is required.
You have to go /vault then? Oh no, it's just got slash.
I wonder if I did it with just slash, whether it would make any difference, or if it makes a difference if I put /vault in. TLS we're not messing with. Root. I don't think we're routing. This for OpenShift clusters. Auth delegator.
Oh, line 685 lets you specify the port. If you wanted to make it non-random.
No, it's a node port, not the ingress port. So it just binds. And then this will be the target port on the node. Audit storage, dev. I wonder if changing the path will actually make any difference. I assume it would just, when I describe the ingress, it would just give me a different path. Yeah, path/vault.
But that one, that says it's 8200, where you just were. The command you just ran said.
So.
Oh, backends, yeah.
Yeah, it's what it's bound to, not what it's.
Yeah.
I don't think it specifies the port on the ingress. It's in here for some reason. Port 80. I could potentially bind that to something else somewhere, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at kind of ports. See if I can find something that specifies a leaving port.
Yeah, I wonder if I enable the UI whether it will run cleaner. True.
Yeah, or at least if the UI works, that's something.
I'd be intrigued to see. I wonder if it will bind the ingress differently, because the ingress is currently. What is ingress bound to? So it's bound to Vault 8200. Do we have a service Vault?
Yeah, that's your main one.
I can't remember if we had it before though.
I think so. I think that's what it's always been called. Did you run the? You ran the update to get the UI, didn't you?
Yeah, doesn't look like it's particularly happy. So I think we should be able to get the. I think there's another pod that it spins up. It's Vault 0.
Which should be Vault 0 because it's not bound. It's not
So you have Vault Edge Injector, Vault Internal, and Vault.
Could it not work if the vault's sealed?
I can unseal it, but I'd be very surprised if that made a difference.
Well, because then it would be ready.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, it helps if I give it a pod. I can't spell. Vault is already initialized.
That's weird. It's sealed. Did it not? Oh, it deletes. It creates a KSI thing, the persistent storage. So probably even though we deleted the service, the storage may still be around.
It's interesting. We should. I guess it wouldn't be in the logs. I wonder if. Yeah, we can try with the old unseal keys, but because we completely refreshed the deployment since then. So, but I have a
But if
feeling there's an old bug with persistent storage on local Kubernetes clusters. So.
If it binds to a location on your hard drive, and it binds to the same place a second time,
Yeah, and it doesn't wipe the data. I remember that.
can you delete vault data?
Oh yeah, that's a good shout. Because I assume
The config will say where it stores if it's waft.
oh they fixed that. I don't know if I have permission to do it. CD.
Oh no, by default it's a console storage. What? By default, this uses console.
SUID must be.
Well, this uses console, so it's not going to be as easy to wipe as just deleting a folder.
Does this use console?
That's what the config says.
Extra config from values. I forget you can't auto tab in SH. Storage file.
Oh, so Trot, that's different to the YAMLs. But there's a /file/data.
What was that?
Wait, this says different to the other. Oh, this. Oh. There's a
There'll be lots
raft
of-
config and there's another config. There's multiple configs in this thing. Oh, and there's the file one. Okay.
I imagine this is just going to break everything. Yep.
What do you mean? Deleting Vault? Surely that's not a bad thing. The issue you're going to have now is can you restart the service?
Yeah, I don't even know if systemctl is on it. Actually, let's just check if that worked. Yeah. Is it PS?
I mean, if you rebuild the cluster now, you've deleted the space. So surely restarting the clusters now is going to be the easiest thing to do.
I could probably just kill the service if I kill 12. And then run this again. And probably won't be able to leave this session though, but
Do an ampersand after it.
the good old, yeah, fire its background. And air loading configuration /temp. Okay. Storage config knows its file directory. I assume Vault is fully dead.
Well, yeah, you just killed the service.
Okay.
Oh, you
Oh.
terminated it and it kicked you out of the terminal.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Because the keep alive
You're looking for the vault service.
on the pod. I wonder if it should have restarted then. Okay. Oh, my namespace. Oh, my namespace is right. Yeah, restart 76 seconds ago. Makes sense. Okay.
Now can we unseal?
Yeah, I should have just killed the pod. It would have been. Oh, there we go.
Fun. It's a learning experience of how Kubernetes work.
Yeah. There really was no need to be worried about the old unsealed keys, hey, as they've already managed to make them invalid in the space of the demo. Okay.
Wake everything, it's fine.
Oh yeah, I'm in a new place. Documents. What was it? K status?
But it's HTTP and on port 80, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think there might be
And /vault.
yeah. Yes, but in theory, it should be up and running there again because, well, but it doesn't look like it is. No, it doesn't look like it's happy. I feel
Could
like
we call it and do some research during the week and then maybe come back next week with more ideas?
I think that might be wise. Wally, do you have any any words or any input for how to get this up and running?
I managed to get up and running from my end, but I followed a guide from Medium, and the person actually specified at the beginning, like for example, the back to use Raft as storage, and the setup was just easier. So, but yeah, and I'm able to access the UI as well.
And maybe next
Also,
week we try off.
yeah, yeah. Also, like, see the way you're doing vault status. The way I was doing it is by running so kubectl exec minus ti, and then you name the vault name. I think yours is vault02, right? And then
So we
you
want
now
to.
run
If you're running
the
it through
vault command.
kubectl, though, you're running the command against the pod directly instead of it being externally accessible.
Yeah, but it's just to see, does it work when you run the command through kubectl first?
Well, it does. We just unlocked it. We just
No,
unsealed
like,
it.
if you do vault status, for example, through kubectl,
Yeah,
have you done that?
imagine that would be fine. So, yep.
Oh, perfect.
It's just running it on running it from his machine on the cluster
Yeah.
that we're having issues with.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to, because I didn't get to see that pipe. That won't work. So, and then if you were to echo do the same, but rather than do vault status, do echo vault address. See what address it's using there.
That's not right.
So if you were to try that for yours as well.
That is just the vault address variable.
That's what he has been trying with.
Because it's just passed.
Oh, so it's the same actually.
Do double.
Yeah, if I double
dollar,
would that do it?
Oh.
Nope. Because you'd need to get.
Oh, so the first one was from the local machine that it's actually doing. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. You need to. And then if we SHP, you'd have to go into the pod to get it.
That's a lot. Oh, address. There's 127.18200.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's interesting.
Do we call a stream and maybe do some research in between, and then either do another demo, carry on the demo next week, or chat about stuff and then do the demo the week after?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
In that case, probably best to say thank you for watching, everyone, and we will catch you all in a week's time.